Hi, Miss Lisa Nicole Cloud. It is good to have you today. To everyone, thank you, you're welcome. To everyone who's watching this, I am Charmaine Reeves. I am the CEO and the founder of Angels Are Networking. And we are an organization that is dedicated to supporting and promoting entrepreneurs who are serious about their small businesses. And that's the key word. If you are serious about your small business, please check us out on our website and you'll find information there, and you can be a part of an awesome group of members and sponsors like Miss Lisa Nicole Cloud that we have today. Yay! Lisa, I am so honored to have you because you are one of the esteemed speakers that have spoken and supported Angels Are Networking from the very beginning, a founding sponsor and member, and you have participated in all of our summits, the Health and Wellness Summit, the Business Summit. I'm happy to have you today to talk specifically in detail about your two businesses that is related to health and wellness. And we are talking about MAJL, Diagnostic Laboratories, and Elite Medical Services. But before we get into the deep part of this, let me introduce you formally to the people who are watching this, to our audience. All right. Lisa Nicole is the founder and the CEO of MAJL Diagnostic Laboratories, and she's also the co-founder for Elite Medical Associates. Lisa is a phenomenal businesswoman, and I know that many of you listening to my voice recognizes her name. And probably her face also. But what you may or may not know in detail is that she is really an amazing businesswoman. But she also specializes in health and wellness and has become known as an expert. And to back that up, folks, she's not just saying she's a health and wellness expert, all right? She graduated from the Emory University here in Atlanta, Georgia with pre-med, okay? Pre-med. And she did her graduate studies at Johns Hopkins University in their prestigious MBA program, and did leadership development for minority managers. So we are not just talking about an awesome businesswoman, but she is a smart and well-educated businesswoman also. She is, as I said, the CEO of MAJL Diagnostic Laboratories, and since the global pandemic, her company have been servicing underserved minority communities, especially in the areas of COVID testing and vaccines administration. And she had a lot to do, especially in the early parts of the pandemic with COVID, to support the community through her mobile testing and vaccine clinics. I wanted her to talk a little bit about that. And then I also want to dive in to the Elite Medical Associates Wellness Center, because that is something close and dear to my heart, because my understanding, Lisa, is that offers a natural and holistic approach to medicine. And you know, I'm a big fan of CBD and everything natural. So would you mind giving us a broad overview? First of all, did I miss anything with MAJL Diagnostic Laboratories?
You did a great job. I appreciate all those great things that you said. I am the owner of MAJL Diagnostic Laboratories, and we are a high complexity laboratory. So we do more complex diagnostic testing like COVID, which is a molecular test. We do UTI, we do STI, we do your blood work.
Wow.
So it is a high complexity lab, and where things are going with diagnostics is genetic testing. So that's kind of where it's evolving. You know, we can get down to your RNA and your DNA and know a lot about your overall health.
Oh.
So we can know things that you have the propensity to develop later on, different types of cancers that you have a propensity to develop based on your genetic makeup. So I love science. I love business, but you know, I went to school for science, and I'm happy to be able to make a difference in lives of patients and people through our diagnostic services. And I'll just say that of the high complexity laboratories in the country. We are a CAP accredited laboratory, which is the highest designation you can get as a laboratory. But I'm also the only African American woman owned high complexity laboratory in the nation. So
Wow. Wow, that is excellent. And not only is that a great achievement because you're an overachiever at everything that you do, but you were talking about the genetic testing before. And I know as a breast cancer survivor of 8+ years that early on, I think it was called a BRCA test or a BRCA genetic. Yes. Do you also offer that for the audience who may be listening? They could get it from you?
sure. So that's considered a cancer genetic test.
Okay.
So what genetic testing can do in the area of cancer is we can do a oral swab and we can look at your DNA and see if you have a genetic link to other types of cancers. We don't just look at one type, like BRCA is specifically for, breast cancer, but we look at
Okay.
if you have a propensity for breast cancer, ovarian cancer, if men have a propensity for prostate cancer, any type of cancer. And anytime you have a family history of cancer,
I got it.
like a first degree relative that has had cancer, you need to be very proactive in your screenings from your mammograms on, because in cancer diagnosis, the early detection is key in having a better prognosis. So we do genetic testing. A lot of people don't know this, but if you do have a first degree relative that has suffered from cancer, your insurance will cover genetic testing for you
Oh,
in that.
that's good. That is good information. See,
They do one test in a lifetime for screening for cancer genetic testing. So if that's something that you are interested in, just, reach out to us, call our lab. We're happy to, do that test for you. All you have to do is just get your primary care doctor, or, maybe if you see any kind of specialist that kind of helps you manage your overall breast health or whatever type of cancer you could be concerned with, and ask them if they would recommend a genetic test, a cancer genetic test for you, and we can do that for you.
that is such a great relief to people finding that out either way, right? Because knowledge is key, information is power. So you can make a decision either way. So that is good. We're helping people there already. So then we've got that.
Let me just
Wait a minute, your microphone, Lisa, I couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, stay close.
When it comes to cancer screenings, I just want to do this PSA. Ladies, please make sure you're getting your annual mammograms, especially in the area of breast cancer, because it is affecting so many women. And, early detection is key. You can detect it when you're in maybe stage 1, stage 2. Your prognosis is really overall pretty good. But it's when you get into later stages of cancer, when it's actually gotten into organs and tissues, that it gets to be a more difficult prognosis. So please, 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 do get your screenings, your mammogram screenings. And also, if you have never received a cancer genetic test, definitely reach out and give us a call.
Absolutely. And we might not be in a pandemic, but also you're still doing COVID testings and everything, right?
Of course. So our lab was very, very key and focused early on when they did not have a lot of testing sites in our communities, getting the resources into the community to do testing. Based on our comorbidities and other illnesses that African Americans have, we were the ones that were getting the more severe cases of COVID. We were the ones that were being hospitalized because we had other comorbidities. And so we were out in the community testing. And although they have changed things like mask mandates and, you don't see the mobile testing sites around like you did before, please do know we are still in a global pandemic, and believe it or not, cases are on the rise again, because there is another variant out there. Now, these variants are not the ones that were as severe in the beginning, where really severe hospitalization. deaths and so forth, but they do make you feel very, very sick, and they are highly contagious. So, you know, if you have any symptoms, you are always welcome to give our laboratory a call. We can turn it around in less than 24 hours, your results. Sometimes you might be traveling and you will need a COVID test internationally. We can be a resource for you as well. So our phone number, if you ever have a need for any type of testing, is 770-637-2928. And we're happy to not only help you in the area of COVID testing, but vaccines. I have to say this because many of you have already gotten your vaccines. Some of you still have not gotten your vaccines for whatever your reasons are, but do know that, you know, vaccines definitely reduce hospitalizations and the severity of cases should you come in contact with COVID. So sometimes it's hard to find places that have vaccines. We have all three brands, from Pfizer to Moderna to Johnson & Johnson. So again, if you would like to get a vaccine, or even if it's time for you to get a booster, give us a call. We can definitely help you.
Yes, and that is great information, guys. Vaccine prevention is better than cure, right? So in terms of the testing, you also offer PCR and the rapid antigen test, if I'm saying that correctly.
Oh, Charmaine.
Okay. Okay, and how soon do they get the rapid test results back?
Within 20 minutes, we will send you a text with your result and send you your report for your rapid test as well as your PCR, just to make sure you know the difference. Rapid test is an antigen test. It doesn't, you know, we can do it very quickly. We don't have to put anything on an analyzer and actually break it down and extract your DNA and RNA with a rapid test, but we can look for certain antigens that may be in your saliva or may be in your nasal cavity when we do your nasal swab. So we can do both of those for you. Most of the time when you travel, you need a PCR test. Okay. So PCR test is a little more involved of a process because we actually run it on an analyzer in the laboratory.
And how soon? The antigen result is 20 minutes. How long do they wait to get the PCR results?
Usually we can get your results back within 24 hours or less.
Okay, great. All right. Well, all guys, MAJL, Diagnostic Laboratories, all things testing, vaccine, genetic, prevention, everything. You heard it here. We are then going to shift.
Most people know LabCorp and Quest, but most insurance will cover any laboratory that you go to. So, you know, with us, you have a personal relationship. You actually know the people that are running your test. You're not just a test tube in our lab. So just like you sometimes choose a doctor based on having a personal relationship, and, you know, being more than just a number in their practice, that is the same with our laboratory.
Well, thank you for adding that, because I think that's very important. Nowadays, you want to go to a place and a person that you have a rapport with, or you develop that relationship. So I'm glad you pointed that out. And especially with the insurance, do you also, you said whether or not they have insurance, right? They could come to you, or they have to have insurance for the testing?
It used to be that the government was paying for free testing. That ended in April. But anyone that has insurance or prefers to pay cash for the diagnostic test, we can take care of you. We definitely are looking for other resources, grants, and so forth, so that we can help indigent populations that may be uninsured. But, you know, if you definitely have insurance or money to pay for any diagnostics you need, we can be of service to you.
Okay, that is good. You are doing a really, not just a good thing, but a great thing, serving your community, Lisa. I commend you on that, from when you started it back in the early 20s, in the 2020s, rather, not the 20s, but in 2020. I'm like, wow, that's such a big feat to take on. So I commend you on that. Let's switch gears a little bit to Elite Medical Wellness Center. Broadly speaking, what are the list of services you offer, and then go through some of the details of it.
Sure. So Elite Medical Wellness Center, we are an integrative and functional medicine facility. I'm one of the co-founders,
Yay.
and I'll own it with my husband, Dr. Darren Noggles. So I spent 10 years in the pharmaceutical industry, so I'm very familiar with healthcare from many aspects. In pharmaceuticals, it is big business. And so unfortunately, a lot of times the medications that you are, doctors have to offer, sometimes they have a high side effect profile. Integrative and functional medicine does offer, the same opportunities to prescribe medications, but we do take a more holistic approach to trying to get to the root cause. A lot of times that you take are not curing you or addressing the root cause, they're addressing the symptoms that you have as a result of your illness. With integrative and functional medicine, our goal is to figure out why you have diabetes, why you have hypertension, what can be done to address the root cause and actually get rid of those diseases. All of those diseases, diabetes, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, which is the same thing as elevated cholesterol, all of those illnesses are reversible without medication sometimes if you're willing to do what you need to do. Eating properly.
Do the work.
Be willing to have a goal of being healthy and keeping your health as a priority. So you can't always go eat the fried foods or the foods that are high in cholesterol because you already are a candidate that has high cholesterol. So learning how to properly eat is learning how to properly eat, how to manage your diet, how to do proper exercising. That's really a lot of what we do. So we do physician supervised weight loss programs.
Yes.
We do IV nutrient therapy. A lot of times when you're deficient in certain vitamins and certain minerals, when you take oral supplements, it doesn't have the same bioavailability as if we do it intravenously. So we do intravenous IV therapy to help people replenish if they're dehydrated, to help people if they're missing nutrients, if they're missing vitamins, if you want to lose weight. There are cocktails for that. There's another therapy, which I really love, called NAD therapy, which really—
What was that so people can ask for that?
NAD therapy. So NAD therapy has been shown to have great benefits in your cognitive function, in your memory, in your overall mental health. A lot of times people suffer from things like depression and anxiety, and NAD therapy has been shown to have great benefits in that area. I don't know about you guys. I feel like sometimes since the COVID pandemic, I got COVID one time, but I sometimes have foggy brain and I can't remember things as good as I used to remember things. And I'm blaming it on COVID and not age, but at any rate, NAD therapy is really good at helping you to be more clear, have better clarity, and have better memory and cognitive function. A lot of high performing executives that have to be really sharp and really alert and remember a lot of things, they get NAD therapy.
It's funny you say that, because early on in 2020 COVID, I have a really good friend of mine that lives near me, and she said to me that she felt like after she had COVID, she couldn't remember things very quickly or very clearly. So we call that a brain fog or something, that we laugh about it all the time. So that's good to know that there's something that could help it.
That is a real long-term symptom of COVID. When you talk about long-term COVID symptoms, long COVID, it's called COVID brain or foggy brain. Yeah. And there are many people that have been tested to have lower cognitive function, and it could have been a result of having gotten COVID because of how it creates inflammation storm in your body. So it's a real symptom. There are really clinics where that's all they focus on, are some of the long-term residual effects of patients who got COVID. So don't think it's just you. It's a lot of people that got COVID. If you are thinking man, my memory's not good. Do I have early
Is it
dementia?
age?
It very well could just be that something like NAD therapy could really help you because it's regenerating brain cells and brain tissue.
Oh, that is like I tell you, this Angels network and rocks with information that I told everyone is going to be beneficial to your own health and to your family's health. And this is good stuff. Maybe it can even improve people's brain power, even if they didn't have COVID or didn't have maybe just from age or something. It is definitely worth trying, and I'm going to come get some of that. Is it an IV? Is it an IV?
It is. It is.
I'm gonna come and get some.
I'll tell you, in Atlanta, IV therapy is just kind of really starting to, make some buzz, and people are understanding it more. In other parts of the country, it's like the popular activity. But again, with IV therapy, we're getting the nutrients right into your bloodstream. And so therefore it's being absorbed a lot better. And anytime you go to the hospital, one of the first things they do is give you an IV if you come in there sick, because they need to replenish you and get your sodium levels and things back to, back in balance. And that's really what IV therapy does. And it can do anything from helping you lose weight, helping you with mood disorders, helping you if you have a hangover, helping you with beauty. It's great for your skin, your hair, your nails. Different types of cocktails where we can put certain vitamins and certain minerals into the mix, and it makes a huge difference. So if you've never tried IV therapy, I recommend that you come by and see us. We have a first patient promotion and special where that we will offer anyone that tells us that you heard about us on Angels or Networking. You can call the office to schedule an appointment at 770-637-2928. But if you come in, I'm going to do two things for you. I'm going to give you your first cocktail for a $99 promotional special. And cocktails can range anywhere from $129 up to $250, depending on what type of cocktail you normally get. So we're doing a first-time patient special. And once you get one, you will always want to get it as part of your monthly
maintenance, like a maintenance.
Yes, absolutely. And then the second thing I'm going to do when you come in is I'm going to give you a complimentary biometric body analysis scan. So I'm going to do a 3D scan of your body, which has a value of about $250. I'm going to do a 3D scan, and it's going to tell me a lot of things. It's going to tell me things like your BMI. It's going to tell me things like your metabolic age, which is you have your age in years, but what are the age of your organs based on your overall health and wellness? Okay, it's going to tell me your water hydration levels. There's a lot of information that 3D scan tells us that helps us to help you in being healthier. We do it for all of our weight loss patients, as when we're getting started with you, to really know what's going on, not only on the outside, but what's going on the inside. So we're going to give that to anyone that gives us a call today. Or gives us a call from this
for the end of the month, right? They can call. Okay, awesome.
At the end of the month, you're just going to let us know that you heard of us on the Angels Are Network Health and Wellness.
Yay! Those are amazing offers. Oh gosh, that is fantastic. Just get ready. I know your phone is going to be ringing off. But here's the thing, Lisa. I cannot let you leave without talking about CBD and cannabis. Okay, I want to know what the latest is. When is everything going to be legal? What level you have now, and especially in terms of CBD with stress and sleep, because I found with COVID a lot of mental health issues, a lot of it from stress. How exactly can CBD help those? We've got just a couple of minutes, but I can't let you go without you mentioning CBD.
Sure. Okay. So I love CBD. Our wellness center is a big believer in CBD. CBD is like a magical molecule, really, truly, because of all of the receptors that are in our body, our CBD receptors. Pretty much most diseases can be impacted in a positive way if you take CBD. So, for instance, if you suffer from pain, back pain, cramps, headaches, migraines, whatever kind of pain, CBD does amazing in going in on pain receptors and having it effect. And it doesn't take very long. It happens pretty quickly, like within a matter of minutes, you can feel some relief. So we have topical CBD creams, we have CBD sprays, we have gummies if you just want to take something oral supplement. We have oral tinctures. We have capsules. I would just tell people in general, CBD can improve your overall health. And so, you know, it is definitely a product you should try for any number of conditions. I can't tell you how many patients we see that suffer from lupus or Crohn's disease, which can be very, very painful at times and when they flare up. CBD is amazing in addressing those types of conditions and alleviating some of those painful symptoms. Now, the latest that's happening in CBD, as far as the legalization, CBD is legal everywhere, but what people have been waiting for is the legalization of cannabis. And it's legalizing in a lot of states. I can't say that Georgia is right there with all of the other states. We are slow adapters, but they have issued growers licenses in Georgia. So it probably won't be too long before we start to see dispensaries in Georgia that are allowing for products with THC. Now, what I will tell you though, which is legal everywhere also, is a form of THC. It's not Delta 8. It's Delta. So you have Delta 9 and you have Delta 8 THC. The one that's in cannabis is the one that is not legal, right? In Georgia, that is. That's the one they're legalizing. It's on our list of controlled substances, and you know, if you're going to be using it, you're going to have a medical cannabis card, etc. Right? But there is another version of THC, which is an isolate that they make in a laboratory. And it is legal, and it does give you, for those of you that like the effects of THC, it gives you similar effects. Maybe not as deep of a high feeling as psychoactive feeling as the THC that you get in cannabis, but it does give you what we call, and it's legal. So you're probably seeing a lot of places advertising, you know, Delta.
Well, thank you for that. You know, I was behind. The last I heard was Delta 8, so I didn't know there was a 9 and everything. But
Delta 9, one of them is the actual THC that you know of, and one of them is the actual THC isolate that they make in through a process.
Okay.
It comes from the hemp plant. So because it comes from the hemp plant, which is a legal, you know, plant to grow, it is not considered a controlled substance where you either need to have a medical cannabis card to use it or, you know, be in a state where they've legalized it.
All right, so I'm going to put you under the spot right now because you do offer CBD at the Elite Medical Center, correct?
Yes, we do.
All right, so if the angels out there come in by May and before the end of the month, you will give them a little sample of something?
Absolutely. Hold on. Let me see what I can go into my box of treasure.
The treasure box.
Okay. All right. I went into my treasure box. And when you come in for your complimentary
biometrics
analysis scan.
Yeah.
If you come in and you tell me that you heard about our wellness center via the Angels Are Networking, I am going to do two things for you. One, I am going to give you a sample of our intense pain relief cream. I'm going to try it right on the spot so you can see how fast it can alleviate pain. And if you want, I will let you try a Delta 8 gummy. And I don't know if I was clear when I was telling you, Delta 9 is what is in cannabis. Delta 8 is what they've
Okay.
pay.
Tomatoes,
Right.
in, out, say.
It's in a lot of CBD stores now because it is legal in Georgia. And for those of you that like the effects of THC, from the way it makes you feel to even some of the medicinal benefits of THC, you can get that with Delta 8, and it's totally perfectly
Legal. All right. Well, you made my day for that. So I really, really want to ask you, is there anything else you wanted to share that we didn't touch on before we wrap? Is there anything you can think of? Because I think you're giving away some really great stuff for everything, the biometric, everything. So is there anything else you think of that you may just want to share, or have we covered it all?
Yeah, I think we've covered a lot. I just want to say thank you, Charmaine. You are truly the small business owner's champion. You are doing so many amazing things with Angels Are Networking. I remember when you birthed the concept of this great organization, and I've just watched it grow over the last couple of years, and I've watched how hard you work to really help support and grow and promote small businesses. So thank you so much. And for those of you who were watching, again, my passion is just really making a difference and helping people grow personally, professionally, financially, spiritually. And just remember, your health is also your wealth. If you're not taking care of you, you can make all the money in the world, but if your body breaks down and you're not around to enjoy the fruits of your labor, what's it all for? You know, so treat your health and value your health as much as you value anything that you can buy with money, because health is something you can buy with money.
Thank you for the kind words, Lisa. I actually, with that ending, what else is there left to say? Your health is your wealth. Take care of yourself. Please, if you are local in the Georgia area, Lisa, both the MAJL Diagnostic Laboratories and Elite Medical Wellness Center are both located in Norcross, Georgia. So please stop by. She provided the numbers, and then you can also Google them for a visit. Don't forget to, you want to say something, Lisa?
You can always also find us on Instagram, Facebook, Medical Wellness Center. You can also find my personal page. I'm always posting things, Lisa Nicole Cloud, and Dr. or Darren Noggles, who is our medical director and co-founder of Elite Medical Wellness Center. And again, you know, one thing I will I'll leave you guys with, when I did say your health is your wealth, but I want you to also know that one of the conditions that oftentimes leads to a lot of other conditions, diabetes, hypertension, elevated cholesterol, is obesity. So if nothing else, a lot of people always say, oh, I gained some weight during the pandemic. I got these pandemic pounds. Those are real pounds. If you want to get those off, we do weight loss in a very healthy, holistic way. Our patients on average lose 17 to 30 pounds in 30 days, all natural, no surgery.
Wow.
You know, teaching you how to eat, teaching you, getting your body back in balance, and then really putting you on a long-term plan for success.
And that's all non-surgical and in a healthy way, 20 pounds or so. And okay, come on. You know, everyone gained at least the COVID-19 pounds, right? The COVID-19. All right. Well, I am so glad you remembered about that, because I think that's something that everyone could benefit from. So definitely we wanted to.
We have a promotion on that for this month. So anybody that comes in, of course, we're going to do the complementary biometric analysis, but we do have a special promotion on the 30-day weight loss program. And if you can't get over here because maybe Norcross is far, our coaching and wellness can be done via telehealth virtually. So
fantastic.
Come in and see us. You can split payments over a series of payments, so you don't have to pay for it all at once. Our goal is to really get you healthy. That's it.
Yeah. You know what I love about that your Elite Medical Center Wellness doing it is that you actually have a real medical doctor who's been experienced for many, many years that is going to be supervising the program. So, I mean, a lot of places they talk about weight loss and everything, but you don't get that added benefit, which is a good trait. So,
Their lab is going to actually run your blood work, look at what's really going on
wow,
in your body, and put a plan together to get
wow.
balance. If you've got elevated cholesterol, if you've got diabetes, let's figure out how to get to the causes of these and how we can reverse some of those conditions if you're willing to do the work.
Wow. All right. I am full because I feel healthy just hearing all about the healthiness. So you know what they say, when you feel good, you look good. So let's get on feeling good. Everyone, let's be healthy and run the world. Let's stay well and run the world. Let's get fit and run the world. And then let's embrace our beauty and run the world. Thank you very, very much. Again, Miss Lisa Nicole Cloud, I am so honored that you took time out from your very busy entrepreneurial mogul, running the world type of schedule that you have. And I appreciate the time out to really give back and share with the community in this way, and for also all the great giveaways that you have for them. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy this. And thank you again, Lisa Nicole Cloud.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.